Well, how hot is your morning cup of joe? Hot enough to seriously burn you? One local woman says absolutely. Her stop for coffee landed her in the emergency room. Our Linda Hurtado is taking action for you tonight, putting more than 30 cups of coffee from national franchises to the temperature test.
Can I get a number 1 with a sweet tea, please?
I don't want someone to go through what I went through.
Cynthia Gamrod loved hot coffee until the day, she says, the lid popped off of a cup she got at a local drive-thru and spilled all over her lap.
It was burning intensely. Thousands of hot needles on me. I looked down and I could see my skin just kind of like the skin kind of peeling off.
These are pictures, Cynthia says, of the 2nd and 3rd degree burns she received. An ambulance trip to Bayfront Medical Center and numerous trips to a plastic surgeon racked up thousands in medical bills. And even more, Cynthia says, in pain and suffering. All because, in her words,
the coffee was too hot.
And too full?
And too full. It was way up to the top.
Cynthia sued the owner of the 4th Street Chick-fil-A in St. Petersburg. In a deposition, the franchise owner stated it was corporate policy at the time to serve coffee at 170 to 200 degrees. The Specialty Coffee Association of America says coffee should be served at 180 degrees. But the director of Tampa General Hospital's burn unit cautions that's hot enough to give you a 3rd degree burn should you spill the coffee on your skin.
There's a time-temperature relationship. The hotter the temperature, the much shorter the time. In the 150, maybe 160 degree, it's actually less than 1 second to have a 2nd or 3rd degree burn.
We wanted to see how hot coffee was served at some popular national franchises in Tampa Bay and set up our own unscientific sampling using a thermocouple on loan from USF's chemistry department. My photographer Scott and I tested 33 cups of coffee from various drive-thrus at 10 national chains. While the majority of the coffee was served between 150 and 175 degrees, the hottest cups, at 180, came from the McDonald's on North Del Mabry in Tampa, the Dunkin' Donuts on West Hillsboro, and the Krispy Kreme on North Florida. The coolest, at 122 degrees and 144, came from the same Chick-fil-A where Cynthia claims she was burned. We asked the owner if he perhaps changed any policy since the alleged incident. Both the owner and his attorney declined to comment due to the pending litigation.
Well, the serving at 150 I would not take issue with, but serving around 180 or higher is dangerous. And I am a little bit surprised that people are still serving at that temperature, given how we've established that that's risky, from a customer's point of view.
Carl is a professor at Michigan State University who conducted 2 studies on hot liquids being served through quick service windows after the landmark McDonald's case of a woman who burned herself with hot coffee. He also put together a study asking consumers what temperature they actually considered hot but satisfying.
And we came away with a preferred temperature in the range of 145 to 155, with most coming closer to the upper end of that range.
I asked Carl if those consumers liked coffee at 155 degrees. Why would restaurants brew the beverage at higher temps?
They brew it at 195 to 205, which is often considered the recommended temperature. They get the maximum extraction of coffee. If you wish to brew it at coffee flavors and compounds, if you wish to brew it at a slightly lower temperature, you need to use more coffee. So there's, in fact, an economic argument for...
We asked the national franchises that we tested to provide us with a copy of their policies on brewing, holding, and serving hot coffee. Any replies that we received, we posted online, along with a list of our test results. Just go to abcactionnews.com. I also invite you to go to my Facebook fan page and leave me a comment. Taking action for your health. I'm Linda Hurtado, ABC Action News.
And today, Cynthia Gamrot met with Chick-fil-A in mediation. She says they settled the case.